It's so nice to be back and that I can work on the Iveco again. And today is actually a really special day. I think it's one of the most important days, especially in the beginning of the whole build. The technical inspector will come today and he will check the car today, and we will talk about everything in a way so that we will build a car that he's happy with and to get it on the road. So we will also weigh the car today, and I'm a little bit nervous about that. So we will also see if it's possible at all to get it to 3.5 tons or if that's out of the game. Let's get going. I'm super excited. I will check the oil. The car hasn't been started in 2 months. This looks good. Coolant looks fine as well. So we can start it. After traveling for almost a year in our 40-year-old G-Wagon, we decided to build a new rig from scratch. The Iveco will be its progression, including all the things we've learned while building and traveling with it. It's a few days later now after the inspector was here, and it was super productive. We weighed the car. It's 2.3 tons now, the way it is. So that's quite nice actually. I thought it was heavier. So we set the ground rules for the project. There are a few new questions and a lot of questions were answered. One thing, he wants to see this frame extension gone. I want it gone as well, so I will dismantle this now. Also, you might be wondering what this is. Danya and I started to measure like the details now, and I made this. So this is supposed to be a model for the back of the box, so with a 45-degree angle and all the length, because now we know, okay, this will be gone, this will be the end of the car here, the main frame you will see later. So now we really can start with all of the detailed work, also planning wise. I will give you the weights of the parts in the end of the video, because I will note everything, because I'm really curious what I can save. And then, sure, I will add weight again with bigger fuel tanks. It's quite heavy, but not as heavy as I thought actually. With the extension being gone, we have one issue, or I think we would have had the issue anyways, but the car is super high now. I think it's around maybe 70-80 centimeters, and that's not according to the safety rules. So we will need some kind of bumper or those kind of, I don't know what it's called, those kind of beams that no smaller car like slips all the way to the diff in case of an accident. At least in Germany, it's a never-ending, ongoing debate if four-wheel drives needed or if they are excluded from that rule, because your breakover angle is worse because of that, and because of that the four-wheel drive can't function properly. That's the argument, and it makes sense in a way, but you also have the foldable ones and whatever. And long story short, our inspector wants some kind of bumper according to the laws and the heights So we will need a solution for that, but now I will continue disassembling parts that we don't need on the car and saving weight in a way, like the tow hitch. I think it's also not allowed in Germany anyways. I need something bigger. I have no idea how this hitch works actually, but here is this huge crown nut. It's massive, and I think I have to loosen this to pull out the hitch to the back. As I said, this thing is really big, so this is a 46mm nut, and I actually won't get my hopes up too high to open the thing, but I will try. It's a new day. I couldn't open the crown nut yesterday and we had a public holiday, so I couldn't use power tools. I will give it one last try and then I will just cut it open. It's insane, like I'm scared of breaking the breaker bar. Something was moving, I think, or I mean, at least there was that sound. I think there's no chance with my tools. Like, this car is too big for my tools, I think. So I will try to cut it open. I think it's turning a little bit. I will use the breaker bar again and it looks really good. How is that even possible? I can see that it moved. Oh, it's not moving. Oh! 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 Either something is broken now or it moved. Hopefully it moved and nothing is broken. Yes. Didn't even go all the way through with the cut, but I think that little bit of relief on the thread was enough to loosen it with the hammer. But this was a pain. Hopefully I can get it out now without any more problems. The issue that I'm having now is that I loosened the nut, but here is this bracket, and down here is a grease fitting, and it doesn't look like there was grease in probably 20 or 30 years. So I think usually I should be able to just push this through and then the tow hitch should fall out. But I think here it's completely rusted together, because I think usually those military hitches are kind of rotating. But if there's no grease and just rust, I think it's kind of fused together. So I think I will just cut the hitch off. Oh, finally. This fucking thing was really annoying me. And this was a lot of work. Here you can also see this rotating part and the grease fitting. And I think this is rotating in this bracket. And then here on the other side you would have the hitch. But I think there's no chance of moving this thing through there. There's so much surface and I guess so much rust. So I think cutting it off was my only option. I will also remove the battery tray because I think we add a lot of weight because of this, and we want to have a second fuel tank on this side, and ideally we will have the batteries inside of the cab, so this will go now as well. Okay, let's weigh those parts now. I'm really curious how heavy they are. So first, the battery tray. It's 23.3 kilos. The frame extension is 16.5, and now some miscellaneous bits and pieces, and also the hitch. So this is almost 9 kilograms as well. I don't know what this box weighs, but let's say 200 grams or whatever. But this is crazy. Almost 9 kilos. But now to the fun part, adding new weight again. This was almost 49 kilos of weight savings now. And here is the orders I was talking about. So now we can weigh what we will add again. Here's a new fuel tank. We will have 2 of those. Oh. They are 110 liters each. They are originally Iveco and they have the same measurements as the old one, but it's longer. So hopefully in the next video I will work on this and build some kind of bracket to fit it on the car. Let's weigh this thing. I'm curious what this will add. This will go on the side where the battery tray is now. So the new tank weighs a little bit over 13 kilos, 13.3. So we still saved some weight. And here's some other bits and pieces. Here's new rubber for the front screen. I haven't opened this one myself yet. It's a new radiator grill. As I talked about it in a video before, our car is a lot of plastic actually, and the grill as well. So the original grill is broken in a lot of pieces, and I thought it's the easiest way to just buy a new one. And I don't know if I've told you before, but our car is still sold brand new in China. So there's one shop and they're selling our original parts brand new, also parts you can't find in Europe anymore. It looks nice. Weird wire is so cheap. It looks so cheap, but it's actually the same on the Italian one. It looks nice. I will paint it black. Here's also a complete new set of handles and tank filler caps, because we want one key, but that's another issue, because I think also now we still have 3 different keys, but at least we have keys and working locks. This is for the doors, the mechanism that stops them for opening too far. Some bushings, but let's see what the grill looks like on the car. I'm super curious. So the original one is cracked in a lot of places, and maybe I could have fixed it, but I think it was probably cheaper to just buy a new one for 70 euros than fixing this. Like, all of this is broken. Also, I think after further inspection, the Chinese one, it looks a little bit cheap. I mean, the plastic feels cheap, but also I don't know if the original one is actually better, because I think most or all of the plastic parts in the Iveco feel quite cheap. I mean, all of them have some cracks somewhere. I mean, it's okay for the price. If I imagine I would buy plastic parts for the Mercedes, it would probably start at somewhere at 300 euros or something, if I can get them at all. Yeah, but still, the Iveco feels quite cheap in that regard. So what I recognize, it's a little bit bent. I guess that's as good as it gets. Looks nice. Here's completely cracked parts. This won't last really long either. So I think the new one was a good call, and I will try to get the Iveco sign off and to get it on the new one. There's one more thing I wanted to finish this week, and this is from the steering column. So this is the original one. It doesn't have the same shape. I think I would destroy it by trying to remove the rubber. I will cut off the corners, weld it together, and hopefully it will fit. It's a fun little project. I like those kind of projects. I think this looks quite alright. I will check in the car now. Hello, Bonga. Hello. Hello. So it's down here. It's that kind of rubber grommet around the steering column, and here you can see the triangle-shaped mark. I think this looks quite alright. I'm just really careful. I have a wet cloth here because I don't want to burn the rubber. And I will need to work really slow and let it cool down again and work my way around. I will grind off all the excess now. It's not super nice in particular, but I think it will work. I think this turned out really well. I will check it in the car now. This looks quite alright. The holes are lining up. Nice. I hope you like this video. It's a bummer because there's not so much visible progress at the moment because there's so much going on in the background, all the planning stuff, but it's really important. So once we figure out those kind of things, I can really get going here. I really hope that I can build the brackets for the fuel tanks next week, but there are questions in the background I need to solve first so that I don't build things and can't use those, for example, brackets then in the end because the technical inspector is not happy with it and I did it for nothing. So I'm super hyped to get this build going and properly start now. We have the weather now, it's spring, it's warm. So bear with me. You will have your weekly video, but I think the big change will come soon. But we have all the stuff going on in the background. So I hope you like this one. See you next week.